recording.
I am recording.
Hi, recording. I'm Dad.
I'm already up to here.
Sorry.
No, don't apologize. You couldn't even tell where it was.
How you guys doing?
Good!
Good.
We're in the
Good.
sewer.
Pretty good.
Yeah, we are in the sewer. So, to give you guys a little bit of a recap, you aren't really in the sewer anymore. You guys had gotten the tip from Dennis about the case where there might be possible parasites in the sewers. You found the place of where they first entered the sewers and explored them through flats. Using very good rolls, you guys were able to make your way around the creature that was in the sewers, some kind of rat-type humanoid creature that you have yet to see face-to-face. With that, you managed to notice that these parasitic worms had been making their way into the sewer, either through small holes digging into the sewer or what seemed to be, at the northernmost point of the sewer, a much larger dirt opening that must have been much easier to get through. But instead of going there and calling it close, you managed to find an entrance into the very small flats sewage processing center, where you met the ever-so life-changing character Jimmy Strupp, and he managed to give you guys a little bit of a layout of the sewer of the sewer processing plant as you entered. You pieced together that, what this might be connected to whatever's happening here, at least as to why part of the sewage processing plant has been closed off. As you went to explore that part of the tunnel, you noticed that the floor had fallen out due to most likely not being designed to have an opening underneath. Either possibly this part had fallen or possibly was dug out, but you all found a very strange sight as you entered, as this tunnel that seemed to be running north to south is all of the walls, all of the ceiling and the floor. It isn't slick. It's just a hard rock-like surface, but it is all this dark crimson red. As you hold your light down the tunnel, and it seems to go on a very long distance. And while looking around the tunnel, a little ways down, about 20 or 30 feet, you manage to see, almost vacuum sealed into the wall, built into the crimson, is the body of someone who, wearing some kind of hazmat suit, seems to have died, and then almost as if everything has been sucked out of them, is just like skeleton vacuum sealed to the wall.
Before we go any further,
Mm-hmm.
I would like to use my Fortunes ability,
Sure.
which lets me look into the future, and if I get, if depending on what I get, helps me or helps us as a whole just do some things.
Sure.
So that'll be an 8 + 3, 11, so I get to hold 3.
Hold 3.
Yep.
I'm gonna give me one moment. I just want to take a look at the different holds.
So I can use a hold to have a useful object ready, be somewhere I'm needed just in time, takes +1 forward, or give +1 forward to another hunter, or retroactively warn someone about an attack so that it doesn't happen.
Okay. This one always throws me off because it's like, so if something happens, we can always take 2 steps back and be like, I wanted to use a fortune there.
Okay.
Otherwise, that is where we are currently. We also have, I do believe, Jeremiah, you, like last episode, are still
I have at
carrying...
least 7 questions left, at least.
Pretty much. I do believe that you have a investigate a mystery hold left.
Only one?
Um,
Are you sure?
We may have two.
You know what? Yeah, because I had you guys do a read a bad situation. You rolled higher than a 10, and you only used one of them, so you got to hold 3. You still have 2 left. Here are the questions for that.
Actually, I don't even know why I don't know this. Clearly, I don't retain anything. I was just listening to last week's episode, and I think that we might have asked 2 questions. So I think that you might be correct in that we only have 1 question.
Oh, okay. Well,
but I can't remember exactly. So
it doesn't matter. I am over. What is the right word when you like check somebody else's authority and go above them? I'm doing that to my past self.
Cool.
So
you guys are lucky that Jeremiah is so cute that we get away with this kind of stuff.
Exactly.
So my back hurts from carrying the weight, the burden of being so adorable that we get away with extra questions.
Carrying the weight of the world.
This is where you guys are at now. And I'll remind you, too, you are also with Mateo, Deputy Freeman, Salas, and Luna. And, of course, Junior.
Hi, Dad.
Hello, Papa. So, the tunnel itself is pretty round in its shape, about 8 feet wide from side to side and 8 feet from top to bottom, and it seems to go on quite a distance. And William, as you still have your, we'll say, parasite radar up, you can sense that the mother is a distance away north. And I also wanted to give a more clear idea of how it necessarily feels with certain parasites. So with this radar up, it's not necessarily like you can feel every parasite in the world. It is, you are kind of honed in on where the mother is, and you can kind of sense parasites that are immediately within your vicinity. Which is why, those other 2 kind of blipped up when they came a bit closer. And as you are slowly moving away from the creature in the sewer, that blip is slowly fading away.
So what do we do?
I don't know.
That was also a general question to the party.
I suppose we go, right?
I don't feel like we have another choice.
Jeremiah, you go first.
Sorry, sounds good. Cool.
If you guys are feeling a little lost, a roll doesn't hurt, or any questions never hurt. I know I shared the questions for read a bad situation, but someone can always roll and investigate a mystery too if you feel like it.
I'm confident with just starting to move forward. I think we just gotta bite the bullet.
Let's do it.
I will go first. I'm fine with going first.
So, as you guys, as a group, are slowly moving your way down, I think that Junior kind of taking on a little bit more of the qualities and characteristics of a dog begins to kind of trot a little bit ahead of the group. And William, you hear Vita, I'm getting a bad feeling about this. This is very, very unsettling. I know I haven't been here very long, but this does not necessarily feel right. At least not very natural.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say that a lot of this feels natural to some extent, so...
That's fair.
Wait, can you hear us? Well, Jeremiah.
Sorry.
The fucking chip. We got to take out those chips.
Yeah.
I was commentating as like, I don't know. I should have just kept that in my brain.
William accidentally responded to Vita out loud.
And I thought that you were just like generally reflecting on our life up until this point. I was like, that's completely fair. Yeah.
No, I was.
But like outwardly and not in response to somebody.
My intention was to be a response to Vita, but
yeah,
it works too. It works like this too.
Yeah.
I just meet your eyes and I just like silently just nod, like in solidarity.
I'm here with you, brother.
Yeah.
Sure. I will say that as you guys are slowly making your way forwards, you notice, you continue to trek on, and you go 100 feet, 200 feet, and these tunnels continue to move forward and onward. And as you continue at about 300 feet, you make your way to what would be like a fork in the road, except it's almost like much more of an angular. Imagine like a angular fork in the road where there's like the straight path, and then they just go off in two very slight different directions. Except if you were coming from one of those slight directions, and you were coming from the right tunnel, there's another tunnel that goes slightly to the left, and it looks like that both tunnels merge and then continue forward.
So then, if they merge and go forward, then I guess we just go forward.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Checking. I don't know. It sounded like it was almost posed like we had a choice, but I feel like this is just we're puppets right now.
Yep.
You guys have full choice. You guys can do whatever you want.
That's bullshit, and you know it.
You guys can sit down and have like a picnic if you want. That can be what this show is. I will not mind.
All right. I'm gonna take out the cloth, and we're gonna have some sandwiches. Who wants ham? Who wants turkey?
All right, roll for sandwich.
I'll take a turkey.
Yeah. Okay.
What kind of cheese?
Yeah, we got cheddar. We got Swiss.
Turkey and Swiss is, you got to do that, right?
Yeah.
All right,
yeah.
make a Constitution saving throw.
That's not this game.
All right, roll.
Can I roll for roast beef?
What is happening?
Can I have turkey and Swiss? Read a bad situation.
Roll to kick some ass.
Or chew bubblegum.
Who's rolling?
I wanted to roll for roast beef.
Sure. Somebody roll investigate a mystery for me.
This is not all canonical what we're doing right now, right?
No.
Okay.
This is me segueing from the bit back into the game.
Okay, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
I will investigate. As a 5 + 2, 7.
7.
Okay. On a 7 and 9, you get to hold 1. What happened here? What sort of creature is it? What can it do? What can hurt it? Where did it go? What was it going to do? And what is being concealed here?
Anyone else think the last question's a good one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it is.
What is being concealed here?
Sure. As you continue forward, I would say that Hold'em is most likely at the front of the pack here, as you guys are making your way down, since you are the one with the light. And, you kind of see Junior just moving a little bit ahead of you. And it seems like Junior has kind of noticed something in the tunnel. And it's very strange, because it's almost as if just someone dug a tunnel through the ground with like a large drill and then painted all of like the ground and walls this just very strange, dull red that almost has a slight shine to it as you move the light over it. And as you are making your way down, the color almost blends together as you are making your way down and just staring at it until it seems that Junior has noticed something a little bit farther down the tunnel. And you shine your light over to it, and it looks as if there is something slightly protruding from the wall to you on the right side. And it is round in its shape, and it is the same reddish color, except as you move closer to it, and you can see this once you get about 10 feet from it, there are these bluish, almost neon bluish veins that seem to be inside of it. as if something might be living in it.
Who wants to touch it?
I'll do it. And
You touch it?
Yeah, touch it.
Sure. As you touch it, it is like, how are you touching it? Just like a poke, or you like giving it a kick?
Yeah, I think kicking is definitely Jeremiah style.
No.
Sure, like a hard kind of kick, or a very kind of
Like with the heel of my foot, where I'm kind of like almost like just trying to see if it'll budge or wake up or something.
Sure. As you give it a slight little nudge, you notice that this thing is a little bit bulbous, as if there is most likely some kind of fluid inside. And you give it a little move around, and once you give it that little nudge, you feel a very slight movement inside, as if something swims around for a second, and then that leads you to instinctively just kind of pull your foot back. Like, what the hell is that?
Creepy.
Getting a bit of an uneasy feeling with this.
Yeah.
William, roll just plus sharp for me.
Okay, let's...
Good luck.
where's my mouse? That's 5.
5?
Yeah.
Okay. I want you to mark experience. And as you are all just kind of gathered around this thing and looking at it, something about the color of it, especially that neonish kind of blue, it kind of seems very familiar to you, but you can't quite place it. And as you are looking at it, you can just see through it this very opaque shadow of something that seems to be very thin and slender. And as you are looking as well, it seems as if whatever that movement that Jeremiah had caused on it, it seems to have not fallen back asleep or have gone back to, being non-reactive, and it is continuing to move, and the egg sac actually bursts open. And leaping at you, you see a neon blue worm very similar to the one that Vita was before it had merged with you.
Uh-oh.
Oops.
Jeremiah, why?
Now this thing is jumping at you. What would you like to do?
Jumping at who?
You.
Like all of us?
No, just William.
Oh. Eat it.
Why would... No.
I don't know if Vita is prepared to take on another parasite.
I figured it would be like a family reunion.
Well, they've had this conversation. Vita wasn't very prepared the first time they did it, and it was a bit shocking. But if they're going to do it again, he is more ready. Or you could just kill it. It is just a worm.
Do I just take on...
Get out your barbecue sauce, William!
You can
just swallow it like a corn dog, man.
Kick some ass is an option if you want to do that, too.
Hold'em does not want this thing consumed. Wants it dead.
Hold'em is just kill it with fire, please.
Kill it
immediately.
See, I'm kind of mulling it over right now.
It's fun. I like the chaos of consuming it.
Yeah, but we also have to think, what are the ramifications of doing so?
100%.
100%. I am actually terrified, and you can do whatever you gotta do. I am Team Chaos, so.
I feel like the first time, I got lucky as fuck. Thanks to, the reconditioning part. But now, this is kind of
Well, the last time as well, it was a parasite that had already merged with a host, and you were taking on all of the host memories and thing as well, almost setting the parasite back to 0.
Yeah, that's what I meant by reconditioning. But
yeah. And this one seems to be a brand new one.
So, I don't know if you can answer this, but would I be able to teach it? Like,
I would have you roll for that.
let's roll.
So we're acting on instinct. We're consuming.
Fuck. I'm gonna flip an SD card. Label side, consume. Tail side, don't. We're consuming.
Woo!
Okay.
I mean,
I want you to roll plus weird.
Now, under my weird, it says plus ally luck. I'm not sure what that means.
Let me see.
This is from when we were like, hey, let's make an ally, and you had me write this down, plus allied luck. I don't know. I'm not sure exactly what that means.
Is that a junior?
Yeah, Junior is my ally. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember, or I don't recall exactly what that might mean. But we're just going to... We're just gonna roll whatever your weird stat is.
So it is 0. All right, let's do this. That's a 5. 9.
9. Okay, 7 and 9. So partial success. I will say that in a instant, because this thing just pops and jumps at you. You instinctually, and you all see this with almost superhuman speed, with your hand, grab the parasite mid-air, and as your fingers almost clench around this glowing, parasitic, very angular worm, you grab it, and your fingers almost invert in on themselves as it is taken into your body. And you feel this hard... You feel it kind of enter your system. And you can... It is that similar feeling to when you first consume that other parasite. As if there is something else inside of you, and then Vita inside of you almost snuffs it out. And it is the exact same feeling, but not as dramatic as the last one. And as you move your hand away, your hand gives a little burp, and there's just this very awkward pause as you just grab this worm out of the air and taken it into your body. Immediately on instinct, not quite sure what the ramifications might be.
Let's make another Junior. Lose my other arm.
Let's, honey, I want to make another baby.
Take my arm. But seriously, let's go.
I think almost all of the NPCs are very horrified. They are... What the hell is going on?
So, I have another being inside of me.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Hopefully this doesn't turn out bad.
You know what? For a 7 to 9, I think I still want you to take a bond abuse, as it is still very strange for Vita, but he has your back in it, but it is still very strange for him.
Okay, so I'm at 2. So that's not nearly as bad as the 4 I was at before.
It is a very awkward pause after this thing is consumed. And, William, I think you have to be the one to be like, okay, let's keep going.
Let's move on.
And as you make your way a little bit farther down the tunnel, it doesn't... As you're making your way down, this tunnel, even though it's round in shape, it doesn't seem like this was a sewer tunnel that has been messed with in some way. It's almost like this thing was dug by something, or was opened up. And as you are making your way farther down this new tunnel that you guys have merged with, after about 10 minutes of walking, you find, Hold'em, you notice it again, there is another sack that seems to be on the left side.
Don't fucking touch it.
Well, I mean, this is the other one, right? Like, we don't have to touch it, but this is probably the other parasite that is connected to the one in you, right?
Yes.
So what should we do with it?
Time for seconds.
I'm not having a third thing inside me. No.
Like, I can burn
It's like a
things.
buffet.
I can burn things if we want to do that.
William, I can take it in again. I don't know what the full ramifications or the side effects may be, but if it is positive, it might warrant something even extra good. But this I don't know. It is still a very strange feeling for me to do this. But
I don't want
follow
to
you.
take any more bond abuse.
You are the parasite man. It's your choice.
Let's just exit.
All right. Can I kick some ass with some magic?
Yeah, like we haven't kicked ass in years. Let's roll to kick some ass.
Years.
All right, I do get a +1 on top of my kick some ass.
All right.
Since I'm using magic with it. That's a 7 + 1. That's an 8.
Okay, 7 plus. You and whatever you're fighting inflict harm on each other. The amount of harm is based on the established dangers in the game. Describe to me how you are doing damage. You are.
I'm going to fire it out of my palm.
Sure.
I'm gonna just hold up my palm like an inch away from it and blast it with fire.
Sure. I think that this is simple enough. You manage to send out this fire, and it ignites the sack, and it pops the second that it hits, and you see the worm fly out, and in a... You don't know, because this is a medium roll. In a moment of desperation, while it is on fire, it bites at your leg, and it, not trying to burrow in, it just takes out a little... do you have any... And you take 1 harm?
I do have 1 armor. Does that negate it?
Yes. And it doesn't even get through your pant leg. And it just burns to a crisp and falls over.
Alright. Are we in some... Excuse the wording for this. Are we in some sort of birthing canal? Is that what this is?
Wow.
None of the walls are slick or anything. They are all hard to the touch. It does not seem like the tunnels themselves are living. It does not seem like you are inside of anything organic.
Okay. Let's keep moving, see if we can find out more about see if we can find the whereabouts of this mother.
Sure. As you continue a bit farther down, I want someone to roll another investigative mystery.
Hey folks, this is Kelsey, and you're listening to the Table Party Podcast. Now let's get back to the party. Wait, what are the ones that we have stockpiled?
You have read a bad situation. You can use that too if you'd like.
Oh, no,
But it is different questions.
No, that's fine. I was just checking. I'll roll. Is it plus anything, or it's just whatever we get?
Plus sure.
Okay. That's a 9.
9. You may hold one, and I will reshare the questions. And it can be the same question as last time because this is a new area of the tunnel.
Everybody, what's your input?
I think it's what is being concealed here again.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking as well.
Yeah.
Sure. As you make your way down the tunnel, you find to your right, a bit farther down, is another one of these bodies that seems to be attached to the wall. And you can get another better look at this time, and I think Luna takes a look at it with you, and Luna says, This is a government-given suit. If I had to guess, possibly people they sent down to explore the tunnels that didn't make it out. I don't know. But the fact that they are sealed to the wall, the fact that they are nothing but clothes and bone, or I don't even want to imagine what's under there, but it's unsettling. As you make your way down further, another 200 feet, you see another body. This one, the past two that you've seen have been... The first one was sitting on the floor, and its legs had attached to the floor, and the back hunched over with the curvature of the wall. And the second one was in a very similar position. This one, however, seems to be almost off the ground a little bit, just attached to the wall. Kind of like, I mean, we joked about the meme a bit ago, like the landlord painting over like the cockroach on the wall.
No.
It is almost like that, just with a human body in a full body hazmat suit. I think that the thing that you really notice, though, it's not like it's just like the body is attached to it. It's not just Han and Carbonite. It is as if everything inside the suit, any muscle, any tissue, you can see that the mask itself has... And the mask itself is pretty hard, but it is still vacuum sealed to the face, and where the eyes would be are sunken in, where the mouth is sunken in, and it is almost as if it is like they are trapped in a plastic bag. It is all of their muscles and tissues have been removed, and whatever remains.
This shit kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Get it?
I stare at William.
That wasn't him. That was me.
Okay.
As you make your way down a little bit further, you can see a similar kind of protrusion from the wall, like one of these sacks, but much smaller. No neon blue, as if it's almost one in the making.
Anyone want to do anything with this one? It's pretty fun.
It's from your perspective, yes.
Yeah, sorry. Should be a little more sensitive.
I haven't swung my fire axe in a while.
Wait, when did you? Oh, okay, like a that firefighters use.
Yes, that was the one that I used to slice the
Yes
the other guy open.
You made it
Right.
sound like it was an axe that was on fire.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what that was my immediate thought.
Yeah.
Fucking God of War esque, like just fucking dual wielding fire axes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Alright. I guess this is mine. And I roll to kick some ass.
Sure. Go right ahead.
Oops.
Actually, don't add your tough to this one.
Wait,
Add
I'm sorry, I
your
did
this
2d6
is
right
gonna
now,
be
is the
an act
correct
under
thing.
pressure.
Yep.
That's 13.
13. With that, you bring the axe down on this thing and just slice it in two, and the thing, like a popping boba, just pops right open. And there doesn't seem like... It seems like you see what would have been a worm kind of in the making, but unlike the other ones that usually have this slightly harder exoskeleton exterior, it just looks kind of soft and goopy and much smaller than the other ones.
Oh. Does anyone have, like, a wipe? Or something like take some of this gooey off? Like, I want to keep this pristine for the next, creature.
No,
Can't you just use your pant leg or something?
I mean, I just got these yesterday.
All right. Well, we're literally trampling through a sewer, so
he's going through the sewer in jorts.
right.
does not
I
have the
forgot
pant
that
leg
was the
to-
canonical thing
to
that we
wipe
decided.
Oh god.
all right. Can't the magician produce a hanky?
That's not how that works.
I have a singular wet nap.
Thanks.
That could work. I also could make water, I guess. You want to do that too.
William, that was
Never
my
mind.
emergency snack.
Okay.
He eats wet wipes.
You can't hear.
All
it,
right.
but you know
All right. I spell my name with it on the wall to wipe it off.
That's extremely extra. You could have just wiped it on the wall.
You spelled cloth.
It is.
Did you say I spelled
You know,
cluff?
roll plus
Cloth.
cool for me.
Looks like cloth.
Wait, so what do you want me to roll? Plus cool. I have 0 on this. What a surprise. That's a 5. Alright, I'll tell
no.
mark experience.
what the best way to mark experience?
That's great. I'm down for it.
So you guys are having this very strange conversation about what to do with the goop on your axe, and you go to wipe it against the wall, except the wall itself is very hard to the touch. It is like crumbled just rock, and you are wiping it against the wall, and you start with the C scraping against the wall, and you start with the L. And as you do, it's hard to not scrape the side of the wall as you do. And as you are scraping it with your axe, part of the wall rips like a very hard paper mache, but a bit thicker than that. And it rips through the side of the wall into a open cavity.
Huh.
Well, I don't know. That felt like I got the good roll because I feel like we have unlocked something.
Who wants to go look?
Let's send Junior this time.
Okay.
Junior,
Sure, you still...
can you take a look
Yes.
at this for us?
Yes, Papa. And as Junior goes in, and with a little bit of light shining towards it, it doesn't look like this cavity has the same kind of crimson walls. And as you are looking through it and Junior goes in there, you all wait for a moment, another moment, another moment, and you get a message from Junior. This is a really far little alcove tunnel.
He knows the word alcove. How cute.
I was about to say that. Well, what exactly do you see?
I don't know. It's dark.
Okay. Probably should have let him have a flashlight or something.
He's just been walking straight forward.
He's been walking up against the wall for about like a good
He
chunk
has
of
no
it.
idea what he's doing.
What do we do?
Well,
Can I just
I mean-
stick my hand in the hole with a lighter? Okay.
Yeah. As you do that, it lights up this new tunnel just a little bit. It seems as the walls and ceiling are, just rock and rubble. But the floor itself starts off rock, but it looks like it almost takes on a different texture a little bit farther down, but you can't quite see with the light from the lighter how far it goes.
well, I know this sounds like a terrible idea, but hear me out.
If you
Considering
have to
the-
preface with that, then it probably is.
I know, but just hear me out. I think maybe, just maybe, we could, with the amount of people that we have, split up and not have it be too dangerous. Where some people go down here to see what's happening in this thing, and then the rest keep on going for a little bit, see what's happening. And we could try to not go too far from each other, so that way we can at least cover more ground and speed up this process a little bit so we could get the fuck out of here.
I like that idea.
Okay, I'm also going to re-describe the kind of rip in the wall you've made. The tunnel itself is a little bit thin, where only you'd have to go through single file.
Okay. I mean, who wants to go in the rip in the wall?
I'll go with Junior.
If you're going that way, I feel like as the other resident weird person, I should be with the other group going still further ahead.
I'll go through the wall. I'll go with Junior and Will. Yum.
Alright, I'll stick with Hold'em.
Okay.
What about the others?
Well, I'll take Deputy Dan with me.
Luna comes with us.
Yeah, and then Solace decides to go with Luna, and Mateo joins the deputy going
Cool.
down the tunnel. Okay. So, as you guys are doing this, you embark in two separate teams. We'll call them...
Alpha team and gold team.
I was going to say Alpha and Bravo.
I hate
but...
gold. I want silver.
Or what about Bravo?
Well, you can be the
and
alpha team.
Bravo.
Gold team rules.
Gold team rules.
Sure, which one's which?
Okay, we're gold.
We're the gold
Gabe's
team.
team is silver.
They're the silver team. Okay.
Thank you.
Chris, isn't Cliff going with William?
No, he's with me.
No.
Jeremiah.
No, I'm with it's Hold'em, Cliff, Luna, and
Solace.
Solace.
her partner, their partner, and then it's William, Jeremiah, Mateo, and
The deputy.
Deputy Dedham for the silver team.
Right. Okay. So, as I've already forgotten which team is named which.
Well, we're gold
We're
team.
the gold team. Hold them and Cliff for gold team.
You can also just assign theoretical team captains. Like you can say Hold'em's team and then Junior's team.
Sure.
Because Junior would absolutely be a team captain.
Yeah, I agree.
So we got Hold'em's team and Junior's team, just so that we know exactly, and we know who we're with, so we'll help.
Exactly.
My baby is a born leader.
So, Gold Team, you continue down these crimson tunnels underground, and you are keeping an eye out for anything. And as you are making your way a bit more down, you make it to another one of these merging tunnel intersections. And I want one of you to roll investigate a mystery.
You have a better investigate staff.
That
Hold them.
that is true. That's gonna be a 10.
10. With that, you get to hold 2.
I'm almost a little upset, and this is gonna sound like a really, really dick thing to say. I'm almost a little upset that I'm rolling this well because I'm not getting any experience. All right. What happened here?
What happened here? You are making your way through the tunnels, and you are thinking to yourself, what could possibly have dug these tunnels or grown these tunnels, and you are kind of spatial reasoning, trying to think of how these tunnels are coming together, and it gives you the same feeling as something like a tree branch, where one branch grows out into separate sections, and then that part of the branch grows out into separate sections, or almost roots of a tree. It is something that seems to almost be growing outwards, and that would make sense if it is growing outwards and it is trying to send out parasites as far as it can. And
Yeah.
and this revelation, it makes you feel, pretty smart and confident for a moment, until there's just this hard drop in your gut, because that means that you are slowly making your way to the center of all this, as you continue to move forward to whatever is powerful enough to cause these massive tunnels to continue underground, or to almost open them up like roots digging through the ground.
Cliff, do you have another one of these that you might want to ask?
What was the one that you just asked?
I just asked what happened here.
Okay, what is being concealed here? I think is the other.
What is being concealed here, as you guys continue to move forward, as the tunnels merge once again, you see another one of these bodies. And the body itself, it seems as if the hazmat suit of this one, the mask is off. And you can see its face very clearly. And unlike the other bodies that you have passed, it is not as vacuum sealed to the wall. It still seems stuck to it, as it has this same crimson color to it, but it is almost like you could rip it off of the wall if you wanted to. And the body itself is very thin and very frail, as it is kneeling against the wall with the back of its head and neck and the spine going down attached to the wall. And the head itself, as you can look at it, any hair has fallen out. The eyes have sunken back, and if you really take a close look, they have shriveled up to nothing. The skin looks there, but it is incredibly dry, and it is almost more like the bone itself is covered in this dry, very flaky leather that has almost been cured, as if it's almost been left out in the sun or had all of its moisture dried up out of it. And you can see the teeth, as all of the lips have disappeared, and the gums, as its mouth is just hanging open. And you can even see that this crimson color not only continues around the entire body, but as you look around the mouth, it continues down the throat as well. With that, we're going to cut to Team Junior. As you guys are making your way through the tunnel, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of control over the NPCs here. What is the marching order?
I would think Junior's first.
Junior first, then Will, then Jeremiah.
And then Detective Dan, and then... Or Dennis, rather. I always want to call him Detective Dan. Dennis, and then Marcus, or the fuck is the other guy's name?
Mateo.
Mm-hmm. That one.
Which Mateo is definitely nervous because I think all he really has is just like a knife. He definitely came a little ill prepared for this. Deputy has his gun at the ready, and you are all making your way slowly through. Hold'em has left with the light source. What are you guys doing? Are you continuing with the lighter, or what are you doing?
I mean, I'm continuing with the lighter, because otherwise I have no idea what we got going on. Can Vita do anything?
I have no form of light creation.
And that's a no?
I think we have a cell phone, but... And the deputy pulls out the flashlight on his hip and clicks that open.
There you go.
And as you look down the tunnel, it is a little bit more difficult, as he is a little bit farther back. So the light is showing the ceiling and the walls themselves, but the floor is still very dark. And as you move forward, at a little bit of a slower pace than you were through the other tunnel, as here you're being very careful as to where you walk. William, you notice it first. As you were walking, the ground that you were on goes from very, like a hard stone and rocky and bumpy to very smooth and almost squishy.
Feel like we should tread a tad more carefully from here on out, because as you can probably feel, the floor is now softening.
I want one of you to investigate a mystery.
What's your sharp?
2.
You should do it. I only have 1.
It's an 8.
Alright, with an 8, you get to hold 1.
I feel like... I know that it's phrased, like, what happened here, but I want to be like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, what is the floor? I don't know if it's a creature, so I don't know if what creature is it makes sense. But I want to be like, why is the ground squishy? But that's a very specific question.
Sure. As you continue forward, you hear William's warning, and as you take a few steps forward, you feel that squishy ground. And Dennis, who is directly behind you, moves his flashlight down to your feet, and you guys can see it now. The ground has become this pinkish, like, substance that seems... It isn't liquidy or anything, it is just very mushy and almost fleshy looking, and there are small strips or veins of these neon blue coloring through it, like as if it is flowing through the floor.
Now are we in the birth canal?
Walsh.
I have a pocketed question, or at least one pocketed question. What are those?
What are those?
Read a bad situation.
Sorry. Damn, Danny.
Oh, timely. So timely.
Those are read a bad situation. Those questions are, what's my best way in? What's my best way out? Are there any dangers we haven't noticed? What's the biggest threat? What's most vulnerable to me? What's the best way to protect the victims?
Okay, and then I forget, did you graciously decide to allow me to have 2 of these in my pocket?
I have graciously decided for you to have 2 of these in your
pocket. Okay, so I think that now's a good time to at least take out 1, at minimum. And William, do you feel that there's a particular question that would make the most sense? I feel like I'm leaning towards dangers we haven't noticed, or biggest threat, perhaps. I feel like best way out would be to turn the fuck around, and we're not doing that, I don't think. But
I think dangers.
are there any dangers we haven't noticed?
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go with that one.
Sure. As you guys are making your way a little farther down, Junior has continued forward. And now that Dennis has been lighting the way, Junior can get much more of a look around the tunnel as he lifts it off of the ground to point farther down the tunnel. And the rest of you can see now that as it goes further down, that same substance on the floor eventually continues up the walls and then into the ceiling. And you can see it almost like you were going through a very slight tunnel of lights. This neon blue color continues to come through. And it's strange because usually you're used to neon colors being a light source of their own, but to have to be lit to be that color and still be so saturated is very strange. And as you are looking down, Junior, you hear Junior almost like yelp and then take a jump back for a moment as Junior says, I saw something swim in the wall. It was something small. Something blue.
Fuck.
Table Party's been brought to you by Team Chaos Productions. Find us on Twitter at The Table Party and at Team Chaos Pods, or on Instagram at Team Chaos Productions. See you again soon. Welcome back, Chris. He ate the parasite.
Okay, cool. Sorry, I had a stomach attack.
And now, all of our viewers know you had diarrhea.
I mean, it's okay.
It's a natural body process.
Yes, there.
I mean,
you go.
I was gonna cut this out, but
Diarrhea.
Diarrhea.
You were all kind of. It is this.
I mean,
very
we're in a
awkward.
sewer anyway.
Yeah.
I forgot. I forgot already.
Sorry. Continue, DM.